Hello, if you are new to my channel, let me introduce myself. I am Jennifer and I have been a health coach for 10 years and I have been teaching people how to transform their health and life. So improving their hormone levels, improving thyroid function, learning how to create vibrant energy with ease, and overall just have a complete health and life transformation. And I do this all by a holistic approach. And that leads me to my big topic today, which is avoidance. Because I've been in this industry for so long, I have seen all sorts of things, all kinds of people, all kinds of fears, insecurities, mental and emotional blocks that keep people from creating those results that they are just craving. And today I want to talk about avoidance and why do we avoid stepping up to the plate and creating change with our health and life. And listen, I am not judging. I have been down that road. There are things that I'm still nervous about that I'll catch myself avoiding. It's just human nature. But how do you get past it? And what is causing this avoidance? So throughout the years, I have spoken to many people who have just been absolutely desperate for change. They have been afraid and not getting the help that they've needed when they go to the doctors, and they've tried every diet known to man, and they've beat themselves up at the gym trying to lose the weight, trying to improve hypothyroidism, change their hormone levels, sleep through the night, create that great energy throughout the day. They want it so bad, but what is causing them to not step up to the plate, right? To create that change. And it is not because you don't view yourself a priority. Now, for some, that is the case. And maybe if that is you and you're uncomfortable with making yourself a priority, actually this will apply to you as well. But what keeps someone from going, you know what, I'm just going to make those small changes to change? It's actually the fear of stepping into your authentic self, stepping into your power, releasing the judgments and the shame and guilt that have been controlling you for so long. Another way to say it is afraid of the unknown. And I have seen this in my life. I have seen this for so many years. It took me a long time to get to the point where here's crazy, the wind. It took me a long time to get to the place where I can approach that line where I'm like, oh my God, oh, this is scary, and I'm in a moment where I'm about to experience expansion and inner growth, whether that deals with my health or my business or receiving more love in my life or taking on an adventure. I know what that feels like when you're up at that line and you're like, oh my God, it's so scary. What if I make a mistake? What if I do it wrong? What will people think? That's a big one, right? Do you deal with those fears? If I choose to live my life this way, if I choose to eat like this or diet like this or work out like this, or if I choose to allow my body to rest, if I choose to take a break, what will people think? It's the fear of those judgments, and it's the fear of finally living a life choosing not to be run by them. So, to be perfectly clear here, you are avoiding working on your health because you are afraid to live your truth. We go through life constantly being criticized and being judged, and people influencing and putting their opinions on us, and we choose to carry it like a backpack. And we go through life and we're like, oh, I can't do that because that person said not to, or oh, I can't do that because so and so might think this. When it's time for expansion and growth, to actually create the health and life that you want, you got to choose to put down that backpack and say, you know what? I know I've been carrying you around for so long, but I am now choosing to put you down. I'm not going to carry this anymore, and I'm actually going to approach this in a way that's authentic for me. And what that is in reality, something in my eye, what that is you separating yourself from ego and tapping in to your authentic self. The ego is not just being egotistical and prideful, it's also the ego uses insecurity, fear, blame, shame to keep us down. It's actually a way of, it's a way that our brain focuses on survival. It's like, no, don't grow and expand because that's the unknown. Let's stay safe, even though being safe is causing us more harm. No, stay down. Don't work on your health. Don't start feeling like you have confidence in your body and loving yourself more, because that is going to open a life that we don't know. And that's what keeps us from working on our health and stepping into expansion and growth. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you don't know how to do it. It's not because you don't know what you want to create. It's actually just the fear of stepping into your power. So if you are experiencing that, or maybe this is an absolutely new concept for you, if you're just like, I've been wanting to lose weight, but I've been avoiding it. What is that about? Well, I've created a workbook specifically to help you through this process. Most people say, I got to lose weight. And so they go on this super crazy restrictive diet that's actually going to screw up their thyroid and hormones eventually anyway. Then they go and they beat themselves at the gym. Then they find themselves sicker than they were before, or they lose the weight and then they gain it all right back again. I created a workbook that actually is the correct way to creating change with ease. And what makes it easy is because you're going to do it on your terms. You're going to learn how to separate your ego, those judgments, shame, guilt, fear, everything that has been keeping you down, keeping you from embracing happiness and more love and more joy in your life. This workbook will start helping you become aware of that backpack that you've been holding on to. And then you're going to start analyzing, do I actually believe that? Do I actually believe that I can't finish a project? Or is that the guilt that I've been holding on to? You're going to start taking off that backpack, that load you've been carrying. And when you do that, your health results that you want, the weight loss, the good sleep, the great thyroid function, that fast burning metabolism, comes so much faster. And this is the best part. It's sustainable. Instead of yo-yoing and going back and forth, you're going to get out of your own way. You're going to learn how to create health in a way that is fun, easy, and in a way that you want to do it, so it doesn't feel like a burden. When you are in that type of energy and flow, you want to change. You want to do the things. Instead of feeling like it's a chore, you're actually inspired to do it. You can't wait to do it. It's not about having willpower and forcing yourself. That's such a, in my opinion, a terrible way to live. Through force, when you can actually create change in a way that it shows you how powerful you really are. When you can become motivated that way, that's like the secret sauce to life. Life doesn't have to be, I'm fat, so I gotta work out, or I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna force myself to work out. The world's philosophy is so hard, and it's so harsh, and it's so judgmental, and it's exhausting, and people burn out. It's not a balanced way of living. And I'm into the holistic approach. I'm about the big picture. It's about being mentally healthy, physically healthy, spiritually healthy. And if that right now sounds overwhelming, choking on wind, use this workbook to just do that first step and take your time with it. Don't think, oh God, she makes me want to do more work. No, you're going to take your time. You're going to enjoy the process, and you're just going to walk into it like, no, I'm just going to just take one day at a time. So I invite you to do this workbook. It's about tapping into your authentic self, separating yourself from judgment, blame, shame, because who wants to live life like that? And who wants to, it's unrealistic to create vibrant health with that type of energy. You're just going to create more frustration and more blame, more guilt, because you're going to eventually burn out, quit, and you're going to be like, oh, look, there's another project I've, quit. No. This is not what we're about here. On this part of the internet and in the World Wide Web, dating myself, I'm about ease and flow and creating fantastic health from that lens and from that point of view. So download my workbook down below. I have a link down in the description. If you would like to be a part of a community that creates health with this type of viewpoint, you can join my private free Facebook group. It's called True Health Community. Would love to see you there. And if you like my message, if you want to hear more, subscribe and like this video. All right, bye.